Hello everyone, I'm Noah Brandon, CEO of Unitech Training Academy, and we're back with another CEO Spotlight Series guest. We have today Mary Katherine Hooper, the Director of Student Affairs from the Lafayette campus. And today we're going to get to know Mary Katherine both personally and professionally. So Mary Katherine, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Noah.
Yeah, so why don't we jump into it? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your personal background, and how you came to Unitech.
Absolutely. So I'm Mary Katherine Hooper. All of my favorite people call me MK.
MK,
Yes,
got it.
definitely. I'm from Natchitoches, Louisiana. It's a small, beautiful town in between Shreveport and Alexandria. Have you ever been?
Yeah, I have.
Yes, so we are known as the City of Lights. So if you ever want to travel, if you go back again, I definitely suggest going during Christmas time.
I haven't been during Christmas. I took my daughter one time. We went, they have a, in the forest, we went mining for gems.
Yes.
We took a little weekend trip up there.
Absolutely, there's always something to do if you're outdoorsy.
Yeah.
So I went to UL, University of Louisiana at Lafayette, where I graduated in economics. From there, I moved to Dallas to continue my career in banking. And I've always been a people's person. People are my passion. Mm-hmm. So I was able to, of course, continue that here at Unitech. In 2019, when I saw the opening for financial aid, I knew there was going to be a perfect fit.
That's
Definitely.
great. Well, you've obviously moved up since then, so you're now in the Director of Student Affairs role. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what that role consists of and what your day-to-day is like?
That's actually a great question because Lafayette campus is the only campus that actually has the Director of Student Affairs. So what I do in my role is I coach and support both financial aid, admissions, career services, and registrar. I like to look at my team as we're a basketball team. And we literally end each day as champions. So what does it look like to end the day as a champion? We're ending the day knowing that we gave 150%.
Okay,
Definitely.
so let's dive into that a little bit more.
Okay.
Right, so you say what does it look like to be a champion?
Mm-hmm.
Does that equate success? And what does success look more like to you, right? So how do you know, okay, so they've given 150%.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know you've been successful and your team has been successful?
Correct. So the way that I manage my own personal success is if my team is developing and growing. Their development, of course, is a direct reflection of me. So if they're not developing, they're not growing, then I'm unsuccessful.
Sure. Well, if that's your guiding light, you obviously have some philosophies that you follow, I would imagine. Can you talk to us a little bit about your personal, professional philosophies of what it takes to get to that successful level?
Absolutely. I do have a philosophy that I love and I adore, and it is success is not final, failure isn't fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. And that's Winston Churchill. And as we know, Winston Churchill, he led Britain through some of its darkest periods. And I believe that there is a great lesson to be learned in making mistakes. He understood that failure was a part of the process, and so do I. And it's led me to strive to be the absolute best, to strive to be at the highest level in any position that I undertake. And that's what I do every day.
Right.
Do I fail forward? Absolutely. But I keep pushing. I keep pushing. I want more. So that's the philosophy that I live by. I always want more.
Right.
Yes.
And so I'm sure that sounds tiring, but I also understand. I have a level of that myself. So how does that come through with your team when you're constantly, striving for the next level and working through? I mean, I'm sure you have to work through that with a lot of your team at times. So talk to me about that.
Absolutely. So with my team, we've created a culture. So we all have the exact same philosophy. We're all working towards the same goal, and we're all there in it together. And that makes the big difference. It's not them alone, it's us. What do we do? How can we move forward? How can I support you?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I love it. I think it's great. Working together as a team to accomplish a goal.
Most definitely.
Tell me a little bit about your personal life. What do you like to do outside of work?
Outside of work, I like to travel. I like to spend time with my family. I'm very family oriented. I love to play golf.
Okay.
I know it's, I love
like
to play golf.
too.
Yes,
Great, yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm good. Now, would I be a nice caddy? Sure.
Okay.
But I'm learning. I'm a work in progress, definitely. I'm definitely a work in progress.
You know your
but
handicap?
if I told you my handicap, we'd both laugh. So I'm not going to tell you. But
Well, you know it at least.
right,
Yeah.
I do. But it's a great time just being out. Of course, playing. It's so many different things that you have to remember, as you know, since you play. You have to make sure your feet are not moving. You have to make sure you're swinging through. And it's most people only see the success at the end. Okay, you drove the ball so far. Wow, that's amazing. But they don't understand everything that goes into it. So that's why I really, really like golf.
I think it was great.
Hmm.
Of all the analogies I use, I would say a decent amount are golf related.
Yes.
So, got to work on that too with, I guess, addressing general audience. Sometimes people just look at me. They're just like, they don't get it. That's good. Is there anything else that you like to do on your personal time outside of golf?
Yes, I like to read.
Read?
I like to read as well. I'm currently reading The Alchemist. Have you read The Alchemist yet?
No, I haven't yet. Not yet.
Oh, it definitely has to go on your list. I love The Alchemist. It's actually my 5th time reading it. Anytime that I need like some inspiration or I need to just reground, I go back to The Alchemist and read it. And it's about a little boy who didn't allow anything to stop him from his goals. He literally had 1,000 different obstacles, and you're going to see when you read it, 1,000 different obstacles, but he found 1,001 solutions. He kept pushing.
That's cool. Yeah, I will. I'll add it to the list. I've heard about the book, so that's good. Yeah, I'm more of an audiobook guy at this point because I just don't have the time or the bandwidth. But I still like to listen to the books. That's good.
Yes.
Mary
it's like
Katherine,
while you're working out, you're listening to it. Yes.
Yeah, which I do. I do actually do that, believe it or not. So that's good. Mary Katherine, look, I appreciate you coming and talking with me and giving everybody a chance to get to know you. If you ever get a chance to meet Mary Katherine Hooper, I highly recommend you do that. She's great. Mary Katherine, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.